Am I the idiot? For making a girl move classes after she called the cops on a door. Hi Reddit, this is a new account because the stuff on my regular account might get me seen as unprofessional if the story is linked to me. So, I'm 19, I'm in a nursing program. We do a lot of physical exams on each other to practice, which involves wearing shorts and tanks. It's important to mention I am permanently blind in one eye. I'm constantly running into walls, doors, railings, plants, people, animals, everything. As you can guess, I'm covered and bruised 90% of the time, on my blind side. In the course one day we were talking about signs of abuse and the teacher said constant bruising. I raised my hand and added that it's important to talk to the patient if they're an adult, before calling the police, as it could be something else. She asked for an example, so I rolled up my sleeve and explained that the bruises were from door handles of the school which were varying colors and heights. She nodded and agreed. She said with children we call the second we suspect abuse, with adults we attempt to talk to them first, and if their reason seems valid, we don't call. The lessons continued, and a weekish later the cops showed up to my door. They told me they got a report that I was being physically abused and I was always covered in bruises. I told them about my disability. They checked my home, talked to my family, saw no further signs, and I asked questions next. They got my address from the university because they take abuse seriously here, and when they talked to the university about me, the university was very concerned and just wanted to help me. After the police left, I talked to some people at the university, including a psychologist, just so they could be sure I had no mental signs of abuse. Then life went on. Well, I was still coming in the bruises every day, and one of my classmates came up to me. She told me our classmate Kay was telling people she was thinking about calling the police again because I'm still covered in bruises. I got my classmate's report written down, alongside a few others, and waited. Sure enough, police showed up again. Same song and dance, but this time I told the university that Kay was using the police to harass me, and I wanted something done about it. The university decided the best course of action was to move her from my labs to the other ones so she couldn't see whether I was bruised or not. Shus now told me I'm an asshole and that she was just trying to help me, and I didn't need to mess up her whole university schedule. So Reddit, am I the idiot? Now for the comments. Commenter: she really didn't learn the lesson the class was taught, did she? A lesson she needs to understand if she is going to work in this job. If she'd done what the teacher taught, talk to the adult, then none of this would have happened. She brought this on herself. Original poster: some of my classmates told me they tried to talk her out of it because what abuse victim shows off their bruises to a classroom filled with nursing students and 2 registered nurses? Which is fair, but I didn't know if I went too far getting her moved from my labs. Commenter: you did what you had to do, it's not your fault. Original poster: thanks. I have a tendency to worry if I'm doing the right thing or not. I tend to be a doormat, working on it with the help of my professors though. Commenter: if you are blind in one eye, the school should have that on record to minimize stuff like this. Then with your permission, then the school could tell your teachers about it. That calls for some kind of accommodation for you. Original poster: school and teachers are aware. There were changes made. The problem is my school is under a lot of construction, meaning detours and changes in my path I'm not used to. Commenter: is it your blind side? Original poster: it's specifically my blind side. If I know an area well, I don't run into things. But my university is doing constant construction leading to constant changes, leading to hitting things. Think moving an end table 2 inches over, now everyone's stubbing their toe. It's just twice as likely I'm going to run into things. It has not and would not affect my nursing, as this is a condition the school's aware of and said would not be an issue. Commenter: oh okay, so why not ask for a student guide? It might help you. Original poster: because someone walking with me doesn't necessarily prevent problems. Mad can actually increase issues. If they walked on my good side, they are useless. If they walk on my bad side too long, it increases the likelihood of tripping over them if I'm not actively touching them. Commenter: genuine question. How do you get bruised almost every day? Do you have low sight in your other eye as well? Do you wear eyeglasses? I'm blind in one eye as well by birth. I'm short-sighted, but I rarely get bruised running into things. I usually sprain my ankle due to not noticing unlevel ground or hit my toe on the wall corners due to blind spots once or twice a year. But the peripheral vision and the angle at which I turn my head to keep my eye at center is more than enough to not bump into things so frequently. Original poster: I'm nearsighted in the other eye. Stuff on my left side is just impossible to see. Glasses get in the way of some of my peripheral vision. Keeping my head turned too long causes stiffness in my neck, and I have to be able to turn my head fast and quick. As I said, while I get bruised a lot, it doesn't interfere with my job. It's something I've grown up with, and I bruise easily. I don't bump into anything at home. But in the outside world I do. Commenter: I ask this as a nurse, and I mean no disrespect, but are you sure that nursing is the best field for you given that impairment? Original poster: yes, I love helping people, And I'm fully capable of the job. I'm the only one who ever gets injured in my daily life lol, and it's typically because I'm not paying enough attention to my surroundings and don't notice something new and trip on it commenter not the idiot. I have a friend who is blind in both eyes and never runs into anything. He travels all over the world alone. Have you looked into services that can help you learn tools, so you stop injuring yourself? Original poster. Part of my issue is that my mother denied I was blind for most of my life. It's only recently I tried to learn to handle it. I'm working on it, but it takes effort and time, and I am getting supports. As I said, the school knows commenter. It's still strange that you have so many bruises just because you are blind in one eye. A lot of completely blind PPL run around with no bruises at all. You should go to a doctor and have it checked. Some PPL who bruises easily have an underlying disease. Original poster. I had it checked when I was a child. My optic nerve is too small, severely impacting my depth perception. My doctor is aware, and tells me to not run, to avoid going downstairs to close together, or running up or down them commenter. Part of a longer comment. Whoa. There sure are a whole lot of people trying to gatekeep the nursing industry and make sure there are no nurses with vision problems. Holy hell. Don't give them much thought, though. That's insane. They think something is impossible just because they can't imagine a world different from their own perspective. Original poster. Thanks. Lol, there's someone in the comments absolutely questioning the regulations of my hospital at the point because my hospital requires 2+ people to physical move a patient requiring help, which is the only task I get mildly in the way of, and he just won't believe I'll never move a patient on my own. Update. Okay, so, told on the other, I'm blind in one eye, I run into random stuff if I'm not paying enough attention, I'm covered in various bruises, showed this during class while talking about abuse and how we have to talk to adults before calling. Girl decided to call the cops on me twice claiming I'm abused, resulting in me forced to go to coinciding, talk to therapists, police, etc. until everyone was assured I wasn't abused. So anyways, it's been a bit since that post and I have big updates on her. I called her K in the other story, so let's stick with that. So anyways, I had previously gotten her removed from my labs. We still shared class not lab. I figured everything was fine now and she'd leave me alone. But I was wrong. Not only was she spreading rumors that I was abused, but she called the cops again, apparently more than once. As the other 2 times the cops said they had a report of abuse, this time they said reports. When I asked how many reports they said that it was multiple people, so I don't know if others in class called or she had her family do so, I just don't know. They couldn't tell me who called due to privacy when it comes to reporting, to try and make sure abusers don't attack the reporters. Apparently my university had attempted to stop them when the cops spoke to them. But the cops had to check anyways, so they came after talking to the university anyways, and again we did the same song and dance. I told them I felt like someone was using the cops to harass me, and the cops took this. They said no one would show up again, and anyone that calls would now have their name taken down, and if they call after being told not to, they be charged with harassment. Well, that was about a week ago, and someone continued calling, tried to claim a different name, didn't realize they record phone numbers as well, so there's your update on K. She called again, and again, and again until it got her charged with harassment as well as misuse of police resources. Not certain what's going to happen going forward or if I'll be called to testify. I'm not certain what's happening, but I haven't seen her since I was informed that she still called, which I found out from another classmate. I don't know how great an update this is, but yeah, that's the end of this situation hopefully. Now for the comments. Commenter: what's the school doing about this? Is she getting expelled for harassing you? Original poster: seeing as she's probably ending up with a criminal charge, she will be expelled. Commenter: wow, K has a huge problem. She's unstable for sure and has no business becoming a nurse. I hope the university re-evaluates her attendance at that school. Any idea why she decided to target you? Totally not the idiot on your part. Original poster: I have no idea why she targeted me or for what reasons. I barely talked to her before the incidents and definitely don't now.